and we'll just go right there so I can say good afternoon. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. It is that most fabulous of all times of the week, the time for the meeting of the Virtual Pipe Club. I'm David Dorian Ross, co-founder of the Virtual Pipe Club. And these guys are what we know as the fabulous Zoom Room crew. Say hello, Zoom Room.
Hello.
How do you do?
See, a more handsome and fantastic group of guys you'll never want to meet. And trust me when I say you'll never want to meet them. So today is a very special day. I don't know, I say that every week, don't I? Anyway, we are live streaming at the same time directly to Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching us over there on Facebook and YouTube, and I see you over there, a couple of you already, please say hi. We've got a kind of an interesting theme today, and I'm hoping that you guys out there on Facebook and YouTube will play along with us. And in just a moment, I'm going to turn it over to Cool Dad. I say that because he hates that. He's just a really cool dude. Oliver, to get us started on our weekly ritual of what are you smoking and what are you smoking it in? And we'll go from there. So, Oliver, take it away.
Yes, I'm here. Welcome, everybody. Greetings from Florida. It's very hot here, 90 degrees, and I don't know, 70 or 80% of humidity. So let's start with raise your virtual hand. So that makes sense. That sounds good, and I see it. Very good. So let me start with my pipe. It's a little bit boring. I have some amphora, and I have a made in Germany mortar pipe. It's a good smoker. It's good for 1.5 hours. But the next one will be some Escudo in my Peterson 606. Very good smoker. All right. With that, I would give the virtual pipe to my friend Stephen.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening to everybody. Today I'm smoking my 7LE Maroon Glace 320, and in it I have some Peter Stokkebye's Toasted Burley. That's it from Brea.
Perfect.
Let's see. Why don't we give this to Miguel?
Thank you, Stephen. I started this morning with my Sabinelli Leonardo. And this thing is, I kid you not, it kept me all night. McBaron Vanilla Roll Cake. And then on the second round, I'll have my Dunhill Group 3 Billiard 1972. And people might be shocked about this, but I'm smoking English as well. So I have 965. And then it's been a while for Pablo. Pablo, I'll pass the virtual pipe to you, my friend.
Thank you. Well, today I have my first real pipe that I bought at Nat Sherman's when salesman Barry convinced me to spend more money than I intended on spending on an Eric Stokkebye. It's true to his word. It's really one of my best smokers. I really like these sort of, it has kind of a little bit of an unusual kind of hard shellac finish. And so there's never any worry about dinging it or scratching it. And it's very nicely balanced. I've always liked the little brass connector thing it's got. And in that I am smoking this very nice Virginia. I don't know how to say it. I think it's Tordenskjold. Yeah. I think you have to say Tordenskjold. So it's really good, very nice, very well balanced Virginia. Has some nice little sort of hay and very faint kind of vanilla notes. And I found that, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I always like to start with something nice and easy like a Virginia. and then go to other things that are more bold rather than the other way around, because I can't really taste them as well if I do it in reverse. Thank you. And I'll pass it to Mr. Randall Arnett. The floor is yours.
Thank you, and good morning. An old favorite, we all know it.
Yes, sir.
Club pipe, great pipe, great pipe. We need to continue this effort because they're just nice. And I have some of the my old standard Prince Albert in it, nice and smooth, smoothest one out there. Mild, gentle, just what I need. Let's see, who else is needing discussion here? Whoops. How about Boris?
Yeah, hello everybody. I think it's pretty much the first time that you see me smoking during the meeting, because usually I'm indoors, but it's really nice weather in Switzerland. So I took the occasion. Yeah, I'm smoking my freshly refurbished Peterson Mare, who's seeing in Facebook what I'm doing, so that I recently bought a pretty nice lot of used pipes. 16 to be honest, and this was among the first 3 that I refurbished. It's an excellent smoker, really love this pipe. And in it I'm smoking a local Scottish mix, heavy on the Oriental side and really nice. And with that I'm passing to, let's see, Louis.
Thank you, Boris. And greetings from Queens, New York City, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day today. So I'm smoking my lovely Adam Davidson, I guess you'd call it a Danish egg, I guess, with a horn extension. I purchased this from also a Virtual Pipe Club member, Robert Loring, Law Dog, in Chicago a few years ago. And in it, I am smoking some wonderful Samuel Gowith Full Virginia Flake that I jarred up in 2011. And it is wonderful. So very pleasant smoke. Glad to be here. I'm sorry?
Very good stuff.
Oh, yes. And Tordenskjold is one of my favorite, by the way, Pablo. Okay, so let's see. I will pass the virtual pipe. Let's see if you can finish that bite, Stuart, down under.
Thanks, Lou.
You're
Yep.
welcome.
Good morning, afternoon, evening to everyone. This morning I'll be smoking my Peterson Sherlock Holmes original, the 05 extra size. So a good hour and 3/4 smoke here for sure. And I'll be smoking my Elizabethan blend. So that's on the cards for this morning. Hope everyone's having a great day. And let me see. I'll pass the pipe to Ivan.
Oh, hello. Thank you, Down Under and everyone else. Hope you're having a great day. Here in London, the weather is a bit miserable. All the more reason to have a pipe. And I finally learned what an English blend is that the tobacconists here in London, they only have something called a classic blend. Well, a classic blend is what in other places might be called an English blend. Anyway, so I've got some of that to go into my trusty old Chacombe that I'm preparing very quickly, even as we speak, and ready to enjoy a very lovely evening with the rest of you. May I pass this along to hand up how about Bud? Bud in San Diego, California.
Greetings, everyone. I'm smoking the club pipe, and I'm smoking some of Ken Byron's Zombie English in it. And it's a cooling down the this week with the weather here in San Diego. It's been pretty warm all week and just a beautiful day. And why don't we go ahead and pass the pipe to Mike Rizzo.
Thanks, bud. What's warm in San Diego? Like 79, 80?
It's more like 90s and
Oh, wow. That's unseasonable.
up there. So
That sounds like the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
So today I'm smoking my Castello Giant Billiard. And in it, I am smoking some LJ Peretti London Flake. Funny story about, not funny story, but Louis was saying he got that pipe from Adam Davidson, and I've commissioned a couple pipes from Adam, and he'll randomly text these like hilarious, strange, like a bug or like this fence that he's building. He quite the unique individual, amazing pipe carver, but definitely a quirky guy. Anyway, I will pass it to, see who hasn't, aren't many left, is there? Rob, you haven't gone yet? Rob?
Can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's better.
Yeah, I'm smoking my Falcon squashed golf ball in honor of Stephen Umas. I've loved his pipe. I think I told you guys, kind of got schnookered on this one. I thought it was a full size, but it wasn't. But I'm smoking Arrowhead Pipe Club. They're not sure what year it is, whether it's 1960 or 1970. Dan doesn't keep good records. So I could be smoking 60-year tobacco or 50. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Oh.
So I'll pass the virtual pipe to, I don't see it, but I know Ed hasn't talked yet, so I'll go to Ed.
Got to unmute. I pulled out the jar of Sun Bear that I jarred up last year and got it going in the VPC. And my bizarre lighting tactics was since I broke my hand. So I will pass it on to Dimitri.
How'd you do that, Ed? You have to tell us.
Hello, everybody. So the cable had come off the flywheel on the garage door. And what should be a quick 5-minute fix, take the vice grip, pop it up. The vice grip flipped back on me and broke the metatarsal, this bone right here, and cut me about right here. So wasn't pretty. So, but could have been much worse.
Really, he was fighting fair and lost.
So I'll pass it on to Dimitri.
Ed, it takes some skill to light pipe with that hand. Okay, hello everybody. Today I'm starting with my Hiawatha blend, which is probably about 4 years old, and I'm smoking it in this H&D corn cup with a bone stem, and drinking some Samuel Adams porch rocker, which actually tastes like lemonade, but it's beer, very pleasant, goes very well with mild tobaccos. Oh, and Pablo, I remember when you bought that fourth generation pipe. Yeah, Barry was great salesman, but he never suggested anything which was not good. And let me pass the pipe to Ramachandran.
Thank you, Dimitri. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night to all. Today I'm smoking my Falcon medium lined ball. In it, I'm smoking a Haunted Bookshop. Along with it, I'm having a non-alcoholic Heineken beer. So the pairing is fabulous. I'm enjoying every bit of it. And now I pass it on to Jürgen.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I'm doing marvelous well today because yesterday I got a parcel from the Danish pipe shop. I've waited for it 2 weeks, and I'm smoking right now one of the pipes that were in that parcel. It is Altank Basic, as you can see.
Oh, you're good.
It's a Sam. Yeah, I made a post yesterday. So, but that was not the only one. I had also the Smooth. This is a I had it all, and I had to have it all. They are fantastic smoking machines. So
For the price, you might as well get all of them.
And in it, I'm smoking HU, Nashville County, and afterwards a light aromatic former 60 years anniversary blend from DTM. So this is for Burley and Kentucky blends, and the smooth one is for light aromatics. I try, and normally I categorize my pipes and smoke a direction of tobaccos in it. So I have one for vapors and mostly for aromatics and all the rest. And I have some pipes
Jürgen,
for Latvia, but
do you know why? Do you know why it seems like they only sell that 60th anniversary in Europe as opposed to his like straight grain, bird's eye, cross grain blends?
These blends are only available international and in Denmark because they are from another company. The anniversary blend is from DTM, and that's for a reason because Hans Forman Nielsen had lived in Lauenburg for maybe 10 years, and he was working in the factory of DTM. So they have a close connection, and until 2019, he was the pipe maker of the MR series pipes. So they have a close connection to Hans Forman Nielsen. And that is the reason why you only get that from DTM or Dan Pipe directly. So if you want to have that, you have to order it there. It's exclusive for DTM. So I pass my pipe on to Steve. How are you doing in Colorado?
Doing great, Jürgen. Thank you. I'm smoking a new no-name, well, actually it says Pastrello Roma. I don't know whether anybody in Europe recognizes the shop, but no-name billiard with some Park Square. Just got this from Blue Room Briars. It smokes wonderfully. So, and Kent, I saw your chat post, so I'll pass the pipe to you.
Thank you, Steve. Today I'm smoking my non-credited, as they would say in the film business, looks suspiciously like a Peterson Meerschaum, and so we'll call it that. Although it's could be a Barley, who knows? But in it, I'm smoking some wonderful Reaver Plug. So, just a wonderful tobacco that's new to me, but not new to the world. And so I will pass this off to Darren. Have you gone yet?
Hello, I have not gone yet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody. And to everybody, a happy Father's Day. So I'm not smoking in the house today. However, this is a Cave Woody relief grain number 33. And I picked up a tin of Dunhill Ready Rubbed. Now, if you notice about this tin, it's got the small warning label on the back, but not on the front. So this might be an older tin. And then I picked up a tin of Crumble Cake Red Virginia that has the warning label on the front because, you know, everybody needs to know that my product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. So I am thoroughly warned. Thank you very much, Tobacco Company.
Allegedly.
Huh?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes, allegedly. But I'm not really sure how old this Dunhill Ready Rubbed is. I'm thinking at least 5 years old because it doesn't say Peterson on it. And I'm looking forward to cracking open the tin and maybe smoking it later. That's, again, like I said, happy Father's Day to everybody, and blessings to you all. And I will pass the virtual pipe to Mr. Russell.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm in my Stanwell Bulldog. I have some Capstan Blue, which I really like for the summer. And again, wish everybody a happy Father's Day. And how about passing the pipe to Justin?
Hello, everybody. Yep, Justin here from Connecticut. I am smoking some Bob's Chocolate Flake out of my no-name bent pot. I like this pipe. I don't know if you can see. It's got some like little rhinestones on there. I think it's neat. I don't think there's anybody else with their hand raised.
Oh, we have some guys left, like Tim Heineck, David Martinez, and Jeremy.
They're like way over there. Well, Tim Heineck, why not?
Thank you, Justin. Sorry I was late. I was having some technical difficulties logging on, but somehow the computer managed to fix itself, so I'm happy to be here. Happy Father's Day to everybody. This is I'm smoking it's a Fern Down pipe with a nice silver band on, and in it I have some GLP's Windjammer. It's all working very well so far. I really like Fern Down pipes. I think they're such a nice pipe. You make such plastic shapes and usually has some silver work associated with it, which I really love. So with that, I'm going to pass the virtual pipe over to David Martinez.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Today I'm smoking this Vermont freehand. It's like a small petite pipe. I think I can probably smoke it the 2 hours we normally meet, but if not, I have a couple other ones. I'm just smoking the Red Hand Warp. This one, it came last year, so I actually opened it this week.
Love that blend.
Yeah, it's really good. It has all the red, bright Virginias, Perique, of course, and Orientals. It has a little touch of, I don't know if it's rum or smells sometimes like rum, tastes like chocolate, but it's really, really good. So I let it dry as much as possible as I like to smoke it. So pretty much most of the rum is gone, thankfully, because I don't tend to like blends that have like rum or bourbon or whiskey on it. I like to smell and taste.
It's got the same top note as Windjammer, actually, that rum boozy flavor.
Yeah, sort of. But it's funny because yesterday when I leave it on the table overnight, just to dry it as much as possible, it used to, if you get close, it smells like chocolatey. But I don't know, if you grab it from the tin the first time you open it, it's like boozy. Correct. I don't know if it's brandy or rum or what it is. But now that I'm smoking it, it's pretty much gone. It's kind of the same thing that happened with Sixpence. When you try to smoke a vapor and the first time you open it, it's like, dang, why do they have so much booze on this one? I leave it open for 2 weeks and it was gone. So sometimes I try to do that with blends that they already have some booze on it, keep them in the cellar for a couple of years. And
yeah,
then
what I do, especially with the C&D, is I never jar them. I just keep them in the tins, and then they'll kind of slowly lose that over time.
The reason why I'm doing that now, like Kentucky's kind of like Oliver said earlier, like 91 degrees, 80% humidity. So I've noticed that the last 2-3 weeks, I tend to do that. Crack a tin, dump it on the table, leave it 24 hours, even a full Virginia flake, like Louis was smoking. I just let it stay. The last 3 weeks, I open a couple tins. Doesn't matter what I do, they're still wet.
Try the microwave.
Yeah, but sometimes when I put the metal tin like you, it electrifies and burn the house.
Yeah, but it's nice looking before you burn the house.
Okay. I don't know if anybody left.
Oh yeah, we have a guy with the name Little Fat Morgan, and of course DDR.
Okay, pues let's go with little Fat Morgan then.
I just want to say hi and happy Father's Day to everybody. And I am smoking Earth and Homes Harvest Moon and my Missouri Meerschaum Bent Corn Cob Legend.
Very
And
nice.
I can't see everybody, so.
So we have also Glenn, I would say.
Who?
Glenn.
I guess, all right, I'll pass it to Glenn.
Perfect.
Hi, gang. Happy Father's Day. To celebrate, I'm smoking a bowl full of a Bull Run that a friend of mine gave me. Nice little mild aromatic. And it's burning in my 20-year-old 7LE Capri 915. Definitely an odd shape, but it has a nice grip to it because of the pinched waist. And it's a great, like all Capris, it's a great smoker.
I like that pipe.
So, yeah, I've had it for about 20 years, and I smoked it quite a bit, and then it sat in the pipe rack for about 5 years, dried out really good, and I picked it up recently, and it's still a great smoker. I've got half a dozen Capris, and they're all great pipes. So let's see, DDR I think is left. I'll pass it to him.
Thank you, Glenn. Nice to see everybody. A bunch of people over there on Facebook and YouTube also. Let me see if I can scroll back and find some of the posts that they have shared about what they were smoking. Let's see. Mike's there smoking his 1930s K. Woody with some Campbell's Scottish Tweed. That sounds pretty cool. And I know that there were a couple of other people who also posted, but I'm scrolling through. I don't want to take up a bunch of time. So I'll maybe find it later. For me, though, I am switching now from a pipe that I was just having a bowl in this morning to make sure it didn't feel bad that I was ignoring it. And now I'm switching to my new Llanos Caquinos pipe, and I'm not even sure what you'd call this shape, but I love it. It's just so random. It's got some beautiful detail on there. It's got a very nice little black stem acrylic, I'm pretty sure, with some wavy white lines, and I think you can see, and a little gold. Probably, if he's using the same thing I use, this is food grade gold that paints on very nicely and makes a good highlight there. And I'm switching to some dark twist for the day. I'm going to get serious here.
I would call that a demented cannonball, DDR.
A demented cannonball. I like it.
Looks like a snail.
Oh, but it's cool looking.
Yeah.
Looks like a crazy snail to me.
The crazy snail. Yeah. I'm gonna have to ask him if he has a name for it. I'm very partial to well-made artisan pipes that are just bizarre. You guys remember Chris Kelly when he was here, who has the company called Eldridge Pipes, and he makes the Slender Man, and he makes a bunch of other. So I have a cutty of his. I just ordered another Slender Man coming soon, so maybe next week I'll have a Slender Man to show you.
He's been pumping those things out like crazy. It seems like every other day it's a Slender Man.
Yeah, well, you know what the thing is that he's backed up with commissions until winter. And so he's pumping them out daily because he's trying to catch up on all the commissions. I was lucky. I found, he posted that one that he had an extra for sale. And I said, I'm going to jump on it because my commissions aren't going to be ready until the end of September.
Oh, you got that one?
So I got that one.
The black and yellow?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was definitely a very nice little number there. I just love his pipes. Anyway, I've switched to a new view here that we're using to stream out with, so that I can sit back and relax, and we can still see everybody. And then my camera doesn't do that Twilight Zone thing that it usually does, which I think is a lot nicer. But I'd love to have some feedback from both the Zoom Room crew and from those of you who are watching on the live stream. What do you think of this setup here? If it's distracting, let me know, and we'll get rid of it.
Great. That's great.
You like it?
Looks very nice.
Looks really good.
I think it really gives
professional.
a good. You think it's professional? I'm so pleased, and we can still go to the speaker view so that we can get the people who are sharing today to get right on camera and share. Which brings me to today's topic. So today is the day before Father's Day, right? And I'm sure that I'm not alone in having a little part of my soul wishing that someone would give me a new pipe or a tin of fantastic tobacco for Father's Day. And so I thought, wow, why don't we talk about your dream pipes? The ones that you probably wouldn't buy for yourself, but maybe if somebody gave you one, you wouldn't say no. Or if you don't have a specific dream, like I know what Oliver's is. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to let him say it, but I know what Oliver's is. And I thought maybe we could talk about that. If you don't have a specific dream pipe, though, how about a pipe maker that you would just love to have one of theirs? But before we do that, I have to tell you a little story. And I'm telling this story for Ramachandran. So Ramachandran is drinking an American beer, a Heineken, right?
Yeah.
Well, several years ago, I was in Omaha, Nebraska, and I was, oops, not that one. I was in Omaha, Nebraska, and I went to a Indian restaurant. And when we were there, of course, Omaha, Nebraska, at that time anyway, did not have a large Indian community. So I'm not even sure how they opened an Indian restaurant, but, the wait staff and everything were just local kids. And so I asked our cute as a button little waitress if they had any Indian beer. And she said, I think so. I'm not sure, but I think we do. Yes. So she goes in the back and she brings me out a beer. She said, look, here, it says right here, Indian Pale Ale. And I didn't have the heart to tell her what that meant. But Ramachandran, I was thinking of you when you pulled out the Heineken when I thought about that story.
It could be worse. It can give you a light Budweiser that tastes like curry.
That's right. Well, I thought maybe I'm going to turn this back over to Oliver, and he can sort of do this the same way we do our housekeeping in the beginning of the meeting, to go around the room and share your Father's Day wishes. What is the pipe that you wish you had, or the maker that you wish you had a pipe of theirs? And I'm just curious as heck. And I've got one to share too, but I'm going to wait till the end there. Oliver, take it away, my
All
bad.
right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I have a little boring story. So first of all, it would surprise me when I get something for Father's Day, because I'm not a father, but maybe I am. I don't know. I had a good time when I was young. So next story. If someone would like to give me something for smoking, I would say a really nice C-Rock, a big one. This would be a very nice surprise on Father's Day for me, especially. But this is all the way a really nice dream to get one. Maybe in the future we will see what's going on there. But otherwise, I'm not the pipe hunter anymore. So I have, I don't know, maybe 50 pipes, and I'm good with that. And the same with tobaccos. I'm not always on the hunt to have every special editions and all the stuff. I have my 10, 20 good tobaccos, and I'm good with that. So maybe I'm one of the boring pipe smokers. But anyways, let's see. We have a better story than mine. Let's see. What about Miguel? Tell us your story.
Thank you, Oliver. My wish basically for this year's Father's Day is, my son has this habit of basically looking at the history of my web browsing. And I've been looking for this pipe basically for about 3-4 years now. I keep on looking at it. And then I posted it on a Facebook. I received a package from smokingpipes.com, and I don't have the courage to open it yet because I don't want the room to be dusty. So I left it in the box, and basically what I'm looking for is the Dunhill 4109 Canadian. So I just don't want to open the box yet. So that is basically what I was looking for the last 3-4 years, and it's really hard to find. I mean, you can find it in brand new, but I mean, it's an exuberant amount of money. So I said, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not in the mood for that kind of money. So I'm looking for state sale, but when that box showed up this Friday morning, and I was like, I don't want to open this. So that is basically my wish. I think I'm hoping it's more than likely it is, but I'm gonna open it tomorrow. So that is basically what my wish, and I'll pass it to Lou.
Thank you, Miguel. So I guess I do have a Father's Day pipe story. I guess about 5 or so years ago, my kids and my ex at the time wanted to surprise me. So they did an end around and contacted a very dear friend of mine who contacted Brad Pullman to make a pipe for me. And they presented me with a very beautiful pipe on Father's Day. It's a beautiful blasted Brad Pullman pipe. I'll bring it out one of these days. Real nice. I was so surprised. It's the last thing I expected. So, I mean, that's a Father's Day story. To get back, I guess, to the premise maybe of a pipe that you would wish for. And I guess I would wish for anything by Sixton Iverson. That would probably be a holy grail kind of acquisition for me. Probably never see one, never be able to afford one, but I think that would probably be, the ultimate for me. I love Danish pipes, and he was the father of the Danish revolution of pipes, shapes, and to have one of his would be a real luxury. So that's my story.
That would be mine too. I also wanted Brad Pullman, the bent Dublin, his the one that he always does. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. So, Mike, why don't you continue, and why don't you tell us your story?
Lou, I have a question for you before we go to Mike.
Sure.
So you just said that your Father's Day story was about your kids and your ex at the time. Does that mean that she's no longer your ex? Are you guys back together?
No, I'm sorry. My wife at the time. How's that? Let me clarify. Still my ex.
I was just for accuracy, so that we don't misquote you.
Let's clarify that. Still my ex.
So Sixton was actually going to be my choice as well. You could substitute Bo Nord as well. I mean, either one of those two would be perfectly fine. But speaking of Brad Pullman, he has a bent Dublin, and the way that he makes them, they're kind of like squared and pinched, for lack of a better description, which would be an awesome one as well. But yeah, I mean, anything that if I ever do get any kind of gift pipe related from my kids, they're still too young to be doing that. It'll be great. But I do smoke my great grandfather has an old Bradbury pipe that was his, and that's kind of why I started pipe smoking. So I smoked that on Father's Day, my dad's birthday, and my great grandfather's birthday. It's the only time I smoke it, but it's my little ceremonial pipe, just because it's what got me started into the hobby.
Nice T-shirt, Mike.
Thank you, sir. I might as well pass it to you, Rob.
I'm gonna say I don't know that I really have one. that I've looked for. I kind of like to get a Dunhill, I guess, just because it's a Dunhill the year of my birth. So I'm not real picky. I've got a couple of real nice pipes that my brother gave me. But probably if you want to do a father's thing, my son got me my first Salvinelli 320, and I just love them. I mean, that's I've got, I think, 4 of them now. He got me the Trevi for my birthday, and so that's my Father's Day, I guess. So I'll pass it on to David Johnson. You're muted, David.
Thank you, sir. I can get unmuted here. Well, I'm Irish, so I'd love to get a hold of a Peterson. I'd love to get a hold of a nice Peterson, but I was lucky enough to buy a Randy Wiley a number of years ago at a very, very, very deep discount. It was a Randy Wiley Fawn, and it only cost me $99.
Wow.
And it was something like a $225, to my knowledge, $225 pipe. And I'd love to get a Randy Wiley. I'd love to get another one of them. Talk about smooth smoking. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah, I'd love to get but I've always wanted a Peterson. I've heard so much about them. I've heard, I've talked to a lot of people who've had Petersons, and I've never heard a bad word about them. And for my Father's Day, be honest with you, I would like a closer relationship with my daughter. My dad's 89 years old, and I would just, I want, better health for him. Let him continue on for as long as he likes. Thank you, sir. I will pass it on to Tim Heineck.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. Nice dialogue about the Randy Wiley pipes. They are wonderful pipes, and I guess for me, it's an excellent topic, an excellent question, because it's so hard to narrow it down. But I think that being a Peterson fan and enthusiast, like you, David, look like you're interested in getting a Peterson. I think I would want a Peterson patent, like from really the early years. I would like one with the yellow orangish amber stem, which is I hear it's very, very brittle and you have to be very careful with in a case. But I would really like something like that. I have a number of newer Petersons. I have a few older ones, but I think having a patent would be just a fabulous thing to have. And they have been on eBay from time to time, but they tend to be pretty expensive. Bidding tends to go up pretty high. Sometimes they get out of my range, but that's what I would be looking for. And David, I was wondering if you could, David Johnson, I was wondering if you could please, in the chat, if you could text me your address. I've got a Wiley for you. I'll take care of that. And I'm going to pass it on to Stephen Emos.
Well, thank you very much. I guess I'm kind of in Oliver's camp, where I've had pipes since I was 15 years old, and I can't think of anything I really want or need. But I don't know. I guess the only thing I might wish for would be a package of the original Edgeworth. That was a tobacco that I smoked all through college. And unfortunately, there are a lot of blends out there now that are similar, but that was just really special for me.
Keep it going.
So anyway, let me pass this
Stephen,
on.
Stephen, before you pass it, if you're interested, reach out to Paul's Pipe Shop and tell him which package you want, which color, and he has them in his shop.
They have the blue?
He's got the
okay.
blue. Yep.
I checked, Ed, and they didn't have it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Rob,
didn't?
Yeah, Rob tried to
sorry
send
about
me.
that.
Yeah.
Rob tried to send me some, which was really very, very thoughtful. And it was the red, and I told him that the only one I was really interested in was the blue one. And by the way, Rob, you don't have to thank me for the golf ball pipe. You got to thank Phil Orr, because he's the one that showed it to me, and I got it when I saw his. That's when I went ahead and looked for one.
Really?
It was Phil Orr that had the first golf ball pipe.
Yeah, I'm going to get another one because I don't like the squash. I want the full size like you've got. And it is trickery with the photography on me.
Yeah, you're right. I saw that one too, and I wasn't sure whether it was a full ball or a squash.
Yeah.
You answered that question for sure. So anyway, let's pass this over to Justin.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not a father. I'm probably not going to get a pipe, but
get to work.
But I can't really think of any one pipe I'd really want. There's so many cool pipes. Like, I'm not interested in a very expensive pipe. I think it'd be cool to have a Falcon like that. Those old metal covered corn cobs. I forget what those things are called. That's
Cob.
Yes.
Cob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have one, Dimitri.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to get one of those. I think that'd be fun.
Send me your address. I have another Aristocab, which is not in original box, just the pipe. I'll be happy to send it to you.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll set that up after. Let's pass this on now to look at the full view here. How about Pablo?
Well, I'm also one of those people who I have a modest collection of about 8-9 pipes. I like them all. I've got some meerschaums, and I was always looking for a Dunhill, and then I ran into a 90-year-old Dunhill that I cleaned up and works really nicely, and so I'm fairly satisfied as far as the pipes. But if we're talking Fantasyland, then I would probably want a Baldi, which is extremely expensive, but as far as the grain goes, I think they just have the most remarkable grain there is. And he has some very geometric ones, which I don't quite prefer as much as his more sort of sinuous kind of calabashy looking ones. And I just love the huge size of them. I've never smoked one, but I'm sure they smoke just fine. So yeah, I think that would be my choice. So I'll pass it to, gosh, what does that say? Ganjawana? Jeremy?
And DDR, first, sorry you had to come home. It's terrible. But I'm always looking for a match commemorative. But pipe makers, I would take a Phil Rivara any day. His metal work's awesome. I like his pipe. And I don't know, pass on to Todd, Little Fat Morgan.
Hey, Jeremy, you have Mutton Chop Piper's house or something? What is that background?
Yeah, not much time trying to get in here before he gets back.
I'm not a father, but if I had a pipe that I would like to get, would be the Missouri Meerschaum Bulldog Corn Cob. Oh. Why am I?
I think they have
some of those on their site, but they come with a with two other, I think, Washingtons, and it's like a second
Yeah.
or something.
They come
I
with
saw that.
Come with the two, yeah, Washington.
Yeah. It's a second. But what are you going to do?
Hopefully on the first one I get some money, I can get me one. I've been wanting one
There you
ever
go.
since I've seen them make them for their 150th anniversary.
Yeah.
All right. Who will be next? What about Tim? You have a nice story for us?
Did you mention my name? I think I already went. Yeah.
Yes. When your name is Tim, then
Yes.
you're right. Perfect. So you have a nice story?
You already went. I already went, Oliver. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. No worries.
Right. So who is next? What about Glenn?
Hi there. Well, I had always admired a pipe maker from the Twin Cities here, from Minneapolis, named Rich Lewis. And he makes fabulous billiards, which I always loved. They're pretty good size. I would call them, a lot of makers would call them giants. I think that for him, they're more of a normal size pipe. And I've wanted one for about 20 years, but as the English say, they're a bit dear. So I waited, and a friend of mine was disposing of some of his collection, and voila, a Rich Lewis billiard. Exactly what I wanted. It's absolutely beautiful, got beautiful grain, the right shape. I love billiards, and it's a monster pipe. It's quite a big pipe. So my dream came true. And I've got Baldies and Bugfigiolis and Costellos. I've got, quite a collection, and they all smoke great, but this is one that my heart and my eye wanted. So now I have it. So Oliver, if you can find the next story.
Okay. So what about Ed, the accident man? You have a story for us. Not an accident. Story.
Not an accident. No, I'm kind of, I'm not into a lot of the different pipe makers and stuff. I like simple. Although the one material I want to get next would be a morta. Although my wife has told me, I just bought a new fly rod, which is that's my other big passion, which is why you haven't seen me for a few weeks. And she told me with that fly rod purchase, I'm not allowed to buy any more pipes this year. So I'm not getting anything. How about, who else is out there?
Ed, you're not allowed to buy any pipes, but she is allowed to buy pipe for you.
Loopholes.
Yeah, but I doubt she will. So
That's what friends.
Yeah. All right. Who's next? Oh, I see a hand up with Steve there in Colorado.
Thank you. I'm with Oliver. I love I think the Sea Rock finish is beautiful. If I had a fantasy, I've never seen one in person. I've seen them online, the Suhr, S-U-H-R brand. It's just got incredible grain in some of the ruby stained finishes I've seen. The one I'd really like to get, my fantasy pipe, I gave away. I turned in for credit every pipe I had when I decided I wanted to start smoking again. I turned in all the pipes I'd been dragging around for years, and I had a Canadian, can't remember the brand, that I dragged around all over the Pacific Ocean and all through moves around the U.S., and I wish I had that one back. So if anybody bought it from Blue Room Briars, contact me. I'll pay good money. Let's see. Boris, how about you take it?
Yeah, I'm with Oliver and some of the other guys that I have more pipes than I really need. But let's say there are two left where I'm still on the hunt. One is the Peterson XL81 with a silver lid. I'm looking for that one for quite some time. They're quite hard to find. And the other one would be there I'm with DDR. I'm in those unusual shapes. So an Uwe Meyer would be another pipe I would really appreciate to have. And if he's making another one, he made one, it was a peach, what is it called? In the middle of a peach, in German it's Kern, I don't know the English word for it. This was a super pipe, and if he would make one of those again, I would not hesitate to buy it immediately. So, what about Ramahampan?
Oh, is that me?
Yes.
Yes, it's you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, being a passionate pipe smoker, my aspiration is to get it downhill, obviously. And I can hope that my daughter, she doesn't like my smoking, but of late she has started to accept it, and she stays in Germany, and I have requested her to send me some Dan tobaccos. So I'll hope that one of these days, if not by tomorrow, maybe in the next few days or next few weeks or months, she'll definitely, send me something, at least a Dan tobaccos. Dunhill may be at a later stage, but as a father and as an aspirational pipe smoker, Dunhill is my absolute first choice. That I would definitely be proud to have. Now, can I pass it on to Randall? Hello, can I pass it on to Randall?
Oh, I'm asleep at the switch. Well, I don't really need any more pipes. However, a long time ago, I think it was 91 or 92, went to a kind of a pipe show in Arlington, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C., put on by the Pipe Collectors Club of America, and they're, of course, all gone, don't exist anymore. But I remember walking around in the big ballroom where they had all the tables with people had their pipes out, and there was a group of pipes, and I think they were made by William Ashton Taylor, and they were bigger than enormous. I would guess that it would run from your elbow to your wrist. They were that long. They were magnums, and they were just cooler than cool. Couldn't clench them, not at all, but had to be a great smoker. And as long as I'm dreaming and wishing, if I had one of those in a billiard shape, I would prefer to fill it with some original Balkan Sobrani smoking mixture. That would be the classic of classics. Who's left?
What about Jürgen? Jürgen raised his hand.
Well, when it comes to pipe dreams, there are certain categories of pipe dreams. The one you never reach, that's the Bonords and the Kurt Ballebies, the Karl-Heinz Juras, maybe as an estate, but in case of Bonord, not even that. For me, a dream pipe would be a Meerschaum that Faun made until the mid-2000s. It's a golf ball design, and to have one of these would be very nice for me. Even though that I'm not a father for myself, and Father Day in Germany was in May, so I won't get it this year, but I'm on the hunt for that. So if I get one, I will show it to you. So let's see, Kent, what's your dream pipe?
Well, the current one, until I find one, but I'm just dreaming of it right now, is a Peterson XL315. I love that, the calabash shape, and a sandblast would be wonderful. It just something in a shape just screams elegant at me. But I want to tell a short story about this pipe. This was a unfinished Savinelli 606 that a second that our son got when he was younger and single. And he is a father now. And when his children are young, at least he's decided to forego the pipe smoking. And so he wanted to give this to me, but I refused. Well, in a way, obviously I have it. I'm just keeping it in trust right now. So whenever he wants it back, he can have it back. And in the meantime, I'll just cherish it. I've obviously used it quite a bit because it's a long way from the color it was, and add a little bit of wax on it along the way. And it is a wonderful, it's a KS, so it's a wonderful, long, deep smoke. And with that lucite stem is just, it doesn't show up on camera as beautiful it is in person or in pipe. So from one father to another in trust, here's his pipe, my pipe, his pipe.
You should sell it back.
Yeah,
By the
now
way,
there's an idea. I don't,
not to
it might
interrupt.
not go for
I mean, you've added value, right?
Yeah.
I found the pipe that I want. So if anybody wants to buy me this, it's only 18,000. It's a Bo Nord horn. So there you go.
Find me a Groupon, Mike, and it's yours.
I think I'll pass it on to Russell next.
Thank you. Well, I just have about 10 pipes, but 3 of them are Danish. I really like that whole realm of pipe smoking and pipes. I think I would just be really happy with a Tom Eltang Basic. So if any of my daughters want to give that to me, I'd be very appreciative.
I just ordered one of those this morning.
Yeah, I'm almost about to press the button on that too, because I think that would complete the collection, or so they say. I'm not sure who is not gone yet. Let's see. David Ruiz, I don't know if you've gone.
I didn't say any. Thank you, Russell. All this time I've been thinking I'm not a big pipe fan. I'm more a tobacco collector. So first of all, I would like Jürgen to send me as many HUs as possible, more than pipes. If it's pipes, I'm a classic guy. I'm a classic British pipes. So I will definitely like to have Comoys and Freeburgs from the 1900s, 10s, 20s, and 30s. I actually bought one on eBay Thursday. So it's probably coming in the mail soon. That will be one thing. If it has to be artisans, I'm not a big fan of artisans because I think they are overpriced in general. But I would like to have, I always wanted to have a J. Allen Dublin that I saw one time. And for real, and this is the preview, I'm showing here for the first time, even though I talked to the person who is in charge of this one, I would like to have a Mr. Heineck one from Boston soon. Either a wonderful devil arms that he makes, because I've seen that picture of that pipe and it was amazing. Or the next pipe I want to have, I've been behind pencil pipes now. So if he makes these ones too, it will be an honor to smoke one of his pipes.
Thank you, David.
I don't know if, David, have you said yours? Is anybody left?
Okay, I didn't go yet. So, well, like some of others, I have more pipes than I really need, but there are still 3 pipes on my wish list. One is Joe Skoda. I want his version of Ben Bulldog. Then I want Ben's version of that beautiful paneled Bulldog from Amir. I hope he'll make one. And I want Ben Bulldog from Silver Gray with a clamshell lip stem. And I don't know who else left, if anybody.
Well, I haven't gone yet. Maybe I'll jump in. So I, first of all, I've got to talk to some of you guys about the concept of dreams. Some of you have said things like, well, that's kind of out of reach, so I guess I'll go. Dudes, be bold. Go for the top. So I'm going to go for the top of my dream pipe along the theme of unusual shapes and unique carving styles. Hiryoku Tokutomi and his horn, just out of this world. It's like something made from another planet. It's just gorgeous and so well crafted. So that'd be my pipe. And Mike Rizzo, we're both going to have to mortgage our homes to get our pipes, I think, right?
Or one of my 4 kids' college funds. One of the two. Right.
We'll just raid the college fund there. They don't need to go to school. What the heck? So I also want to share a couple of the guys who are over there on the live streams, what they've shared. So Central Coast Briars says, I got a 70s Peterson Smooth 305 that was just beautiful, but I got an amazing offer to use it as a prop in a Jennifer Aniston movie, and then I sold it for a good amount, but I wish I had it back. So if any of you know Jen, tell her to give the pipe back.
Is Jen going to smoke it?
Is Jen going to smoke it? I think, who knows?
That's a wonderful thought, though.
Little known fact. She's a big pipe collector.
Wouldn't that be something? Be like, and now on Homes of Pipe Collections of the Rich and Famous, we're going to go to Jennifer Aniston and see her massive pipe collection.
That would make her from a 10 to a 12.
Peterson hits the movies. Yay.
Not since Sherlock Holmes has Peterson taken over the silver screen. If we've run the course of our dream pipes, and I know several of you guys have also talked about your dream tobaccos, but I don't know that everybody did. And I'm curious here as well, like if you got a fish that got away, or something that's not available that you wish that you had tasted from the present or the past, right? So, Oliver, why don't you take that away, sir, and make that happen?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Oliver's turning into a Florida man.
He's watching the golfing. That's what. That's
That's so easy. He would like to have all the McBarons for life and all the Scudo for himself.
Yeah. See, that's the answer. It's so simple. I'm a simple guy. So what was the question?
So since we've run through pipe dreams, that's what we should have just called today's show, pipe dreams. How about tobacco dreams?
I have only one dream, and this was a nightmare. I had, before I restarted pipe smoking a couple years ago, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I saw a lot of guys, they priced the velvet tobacco. And I was saying, hey, some licorice in it, and maybe it could be a good one. So I ordered one of the pouches and tried it, and after 2 bowls, I have to put it in a trash. I'm so sorry to say that for everybody who likes this stuff, but this was my nightmare with the tobacco. And on the other hand, David Martinez is right. So I'm a simple guy. I like most of the McBaron tobaccos. I'm not only on the hunt for new ones. And Escudo is one of my absolute favorites. You can smoke it the whole day and night. And so this is maybe a dream after the nightmare. Yeah, a little bit boring.
Well, let's go around. Let's go around the room and see who else has got.
Okay, okay, got it. Let's see. Oh, come on, Boris, you're sitting outside.
Justin has his hand.
Say something.
Nothing to say really, because in terms of tobacco, there's no dream. I never think about things that are already gone. So whatever was great in the past, I'm not interested in. And I think we're today, personally, I think we're in wonderful times with wonderful tobaccos. I would assume even more than in the past. So I'm more than happy what is currently available. So I'm all set with all my dream tobaccos. There's nothing I'm wishing for. I'm good. Jürgen, tell us, what's your dream tobacco?
Jürgen, you're on mute.
Sorry for that. I'm talked about the concept of dreams. Yes, there are dreams that you will never reach it, but it's not a bad thing to have them. That is my point on that. In case of tobacco, I have it already. I have all my HU tobaccos, and I'm wondering if they're getting better in several years. And I have still left some old Dunhill tins, and especially the deluxe navy rose. So Oliver, you will like that. It's quite similar. And I will store it for 10 years, and then I will open it. So I will find out how amazing that will be, or not maybe. We will see. So that is my dream, and that dream will come true. So I pass on these questions over to Justin. What's your dream tobacco?
Well, I'd have to say anything McClelland. I wasn't around when they were manufacturing stuff. I wasn't buying tobacco anyway. Any of the Frogmorton, or I hear a lot of good stuff about the Virginia that they were producing. So probably the Virginia, because I like Virginia a lot. Let's see. Switch it over to gallery here. How about Haran, Ramachandran? You're on mute.
Yeah, like most of you guys, I also have most of the good tobaccos which I have been importing from smokingpipes.com. But to have a dream tobacco, I would definitely have the original Dunhill version of the Vapor Elizabethan mixture or 965. Though I have tasted the Peterson version, and I understand they're not very different from what the Dunhills were offering at that time. But nevertheless, I would love to, crack open a Dunhill, original Dunhill tin to then, smell it and then, put it in my pipe and smoke it. That's my dream, if I can say that. I'll pass it on to Dimitri.
Well, as dream tobacco goes, original Balkan Sabrania. I never had the original. I smoked Balkan Sabrania from 1990s, and it was amazing. I like it much better than the new one.
Not the
but
same.
I would love to try the original. And of course, a lot of McClelland, especially 1992 Christmas Cheer, which I smoked only once. And I'll pass it to Miguel.
Thank you, Dimitri. I appreciate it. You probably know what I want. With a dream tobacco, I think I have it. So I love basically two tobaccos. Obviously, the HH Pure Virginia Blend is, I'm stocked up to the gills. I have more that I can buy for. So, and I also want to make a little comment about, I think Steve is the one who mentioned Soar pipe, Steve from Colorado. I just want to let you know, Soar pipe is actually made by Johannes Rasmussen. I don't know if you know about Johannes Rasmussen. He's actually the apprentice of Tom Elton. So Soar, basically, he used the name Soar. It's his grandfather's name. So that's the reason why he's an use amazing grain, because he'll learn how to make pipe with Tom Elton. And I'll pass I like pure H8 pure Virginia blend. And I'll pass it to Lou.
Okay, thank you, Miguel. I've been fortunate to have been able to smoke some of my dream tobaccos. We've got a great member in the New York Pipe Club, and he buys and purchases from a pipe stud many of the old tobaccos. So I've been fortunate enough to smoke the old original Balkan Sobrani, the Balkan Sobrani Virginia, Copes Escudo, which are all on my top of my list. But one tobacco that brings back a lot of memories. I've never been exposed to it other than seeing it mentioned in the old pipe smokers ephemeris. And I always remember that the Black Cat, which was Craven's mixture. And so I've never encountered it, never been exposed to it. So I would say I would love to try that Craven mixture that I've read so much about in past Pipe Smokers Ephemeris editions. So that would be it for me. If I could take just 2 seconds, I wound up going to get this is the pipe from Brad Pullman that my
that's nice.
Ex-wife and my kids got for me.
Wow.
A number of years ago. Great pipe. Love Brad.
Wow.
Great guy.
That's outstanding.
So,
That is one gorgeous pipe.
Guys. Beautiful contrast. I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but it's got a nice contrast stain and a beautiful blast. So that's a real winner for me. But as far as tobaccos go, yep, it would be the Craven mixture. So
An
let's
amazing looking pipe, Lou.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So let's go across the pond to our friend Ivan over there. Got your hand raised.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Still on the Dream pipe. This is a Porsche design pipe.
Porsche.
And I've been looking at that for years and years, and still am, because it's in the 300-400 euro range, thereabouts. But anyway, it's just kind of a crazy thing. Nevertheless, a couple of years ago, I was in Dublin at Peterson's, and I picked up St. Patrick's Day blend. I only got one tin because I was with my mother, so I had to keep it discreet. And my goodness.
Gorgeous. that tobacco was gorgeous. It was made by McBaron, and it's a curly cut. It was a fantastic tobacco.
Really? Oh, I'm glad you found it that way.
And it wasn't one of these aromatics that we normally get as a
That's right.
special. So can you tell us something about how you like that? And
well, I actually thought it was one of their standards because it's Dublin, it's Peterson's at St. Patrick, but it turns out it was a special blend they made that year, and that was that. So nobody has it, can't be found, but I've got a little bit of just sort of some dregs left that I can occasionally just kind of sniff a little bit. But it just seemed everything was just so perfectly balanced. In any case, I was today in Covent Garden at the pipe shop there, Cigar and Snuff Parlor, as it's called in Covent Garden, and it's the first time I've tried an English blend because I'm always on the aromatics or semi-aromatics, and my goodness, I'm really impressed with this English classic. So thanks for turning me on to that. It's unbelievably smooth and just easy smoking and wonderful. How about we pass this along to Randall? You got your hand up. Have you been?
No. Well, yes. My standard old favorite tobacco came in a white can. It was the Balkan Sobrani original smoking mixture, and it went through many changes. And the original stuff I was fortunate enough to have, and I really liked it. And I got away from it for a couple of years, and it was in a store, and I saw a can. I bought it, took it home, lit it up. Wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. It was good, but it didn't have the richness and the smoothness. So I would have to stick with the Balkan Sobrani original smoking mixture. And I'll tell you, it's another thing, speaking of Balkan Sobrani, they made, for a brief time, a little package of 10, it came with 10 straight cigarettes, Balkan Sobrani, little gold tip on them. And I'll tell you, if there was ever a cigarette that was worth smoking, it was those. Unbelievable. So,
Actually, I remember those. And
I have these. I have these ones.
You're incredible.
they were unbelievable.
Randall, these are the ones you said.
Where are you? Yes, that's it. That is it. Yes.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to try it.
Sobrani cigarettes. There was also one with a rainbow color filter.
Ah, okay.
The color
But that white tin,
Funny
that's the same as the pipe tobacco came in a white tin like that. The colors.
Yeah, they had it in pouches with the same design. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Randall,
they also have these. They also have the Virginia Oriental ones.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, that's it.
That's cool too.
Those are some collector items right there.
Yep.
Randall, have you ever tried Night by Russ Willett, Hearth and Home?
Yes, I have. It's good. It's good. It's
So
not the same.
dramatically different. Okay.
It's not the. I don't know what the difference is, but I have an idea. I think the difference is in how the leaves were grown and processed. I think that's the difference, because
Also, kind of latakia used in the tobacco and amount of latakia.
The kind and the amount. It was probably a lot of Syrian, which of course doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, you're right, Dimitri.
And
yes.
in older version, they had more latakia. You could see that richness of
a bigger
the
percentage.
latakia flavor, which you don't have in the new one.
No.
And it was so well balanced, so smooth. It's incredible.
Good leaf. Good leaf. Well, let's see. Mike, did you go yet with your dream? Oh, you had your Bo Nord up there for a while.
Well, that was my pipe, but yeah, tobacco-wise, my only would really to have HU tobaccos available in the States.
Amen.
You know, I mean, because I love them, and you know, instead of having to spend $60-70 shipping, if there was an importer or somebody who sold them in the United States, I would be a happy man.
There's your calling.
On that note, let's see who didn't go yet. Bud, what about you?
You know, I was that question kind of caught me off guard as far as the dream tobacco. I think I have most of the tobaccos that I want, and because I'm in the San Diego Pipe Club, I've tried quite a few vintage blends of tobacco, and so that's been a great experience for me to. You know, some people will say, "Hey, I don't want to try that because I'll never be able to smoke it again." I mean, there's that argument, and but I've always liked it because it's a good way to compare. You know what I mean? What you're getting now, sometimes, hey, this is pretty close to, you know, that great tobacco that you had before. Especially like the McClellan's. I kind of came on board with pipe smoking right as McClellan's announced their going out of business and stuff, but I was able to pick up some, and quite a few people. I'd been smoking already, but I was able to pick up a few more and meet people that had stuff that I didn't have. One of the things though was when my dad passed away back in the 80s, and he died from lung cancer due to smoking cigarettes all his life, and he'd had an operation. After the operation, he smoked a pipe briefly, and I wasn't living at home at that point, so I just kind of knew it by pictures that I got, and it happened to be a picture of him with a pipe. And but I wasn't into pipe smoking then, so I always wondered about that pipe and that tobacco. So after he passed away, part of the stuff that I ended up with was a lot of his there was just like a case full stuffed with folders and everything else, and a couple of caps and stuff. But one of the things in there was a pouch, a leather pouch that is kind of triangular shaped, and there's a zipper on one end where you load your tobacco into it, and then there's kind of like a snap. You press it and it opens up. It's like easy to just have it dump right into the bowl. And there was a little bit of tobacco in there, so that tobacco, I have no idea what it is. Probably Prince Albert or something like that, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But even though that tobacco was old and dried out, I still smoked it just because it was bad. And Stuart, you had your hand raised quite a few times, so I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thanks, Bud. Yep, I think I should be on now. Thanks. I'll jump back to the previous conversation about pipes that I would like. There's an Australian carver, Bullfrog Pipes. You see him on Instagram. He has a gum nut pipe, and that's one definitely on my radar. And I'd love to grab one from him. I mean, it's just an iconic shape, and he's really hit the nail on the head as far as capturing that Australian bush iconic imagery in that pipe. So that's one on my horizon. We don't celebrate Father's Day until September in Australia. Mother's Day seems to be pretty much a universal date, but Father's Day moves around a lot. One thing I will mention, I've got 4 kids, and I realised that I had a very good relationship with my dad when he was alive, and he was a pipe smoker. He smoked the Falcon. But I realised that he was able to impart a lot of life lessons and family stories and things like that, which was great. And while I've hopefully done that, I've started to record a series of videos for my kids, a pipe and a yarn, and just share a bit of life lessons, those stories that get lost in time. So I've done a couple so far, and I think it's worked out nicely. As far as tobacco, as far as tobacco is concerned, because we've got such limited supplies here, and you almost have to mortgage the house to buy a tin. Just about any of the more exotic tobaccos, the Sobrani, and even to try and get a good range of McBarons here is difficult. So as far as tobacco is concerned, anything really.
So basically, for Australian pipe smoker, dream tobacco is tobacco.
That's right, yes. Every tobacco is a good tobacco, even the not so good ones. Okay, let's see. Anyone put their hand up?
I know David Johnson's been waiting.
David, please.
Thank you. Let's see. I covered the pipe, I think. My tobacco, when I lived back east, I lived in Charleston. There was a pipe shop. This was back when you can go into the pipe shop and they'd mix your tobaccos for you and order special pipe tobaccos for you and that sort of thing and whatnot. But my tobacco, I very rarely ever smoked name brand tobacco. And the tobacco that I smoked was about 2 parts vanilla black Cavendish. 1 part Virginia flake, which was also slightly vanilla flavored, and then they tossed in a little bit of Kentucky burley, and there was no flavor in the Kentucky burley. It was non-aromatic, and that was my go-to tobacco for years. And I miss it. I would still love to be able to get it. I've been in Arizona for well over 20 years, and you can't find anybody out here to mix your tobaccos that way. Let's see, Glenn, you go yet?
Let's see. I think I'm still on mute.
No, you're not. You're good.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not.
I was going to suggest, have you ever tried Velvet?
No, I haven't.
It's a straight Kentucky burley. It's got, I believe, an alcohol topping on it, but if you let it dry out, it's a very nice, unaromatic, straight burley. I use it it's wonderful just straight, and I use it for mixing as well. And my only, I guess I don't mind it, but it does have some alcohol in it.
Okay.
I love Velvet.
I've had it on good authority. It's a nightmare.
Is it? Yeah, this is a Velvet with my nightmares, right? But it's okay. People are different.
I think it's great. I have a big 8-ounce tub of it.
Oh. Well, you are still alive. That's fine.
I found an old metal tin with the sardine key on the top of it at a garage sale one time. And the woman gave it to me. She said, I have no idea what this is. It was my late husband's. I don't know how long it's been there. And I think they probably haven't made the key top for, 15, 20 years. And it was unopened. And I sat on it for a while. And I couldn't decide whether to sell it or smoke it. And I decided to share it with our pipe club. So I opened it up, and it smelled like he was moonshining in there. It was so strong with alcohol, but it's absolutely delicious. And I immediately put it in a jar. It's been in the jar since 2002, and it's still got alcohol in it. So it's well charged. Actually, my favorite blend of all time is Crown Achievement by Lane. Just a wonderful, wonderful tobacco. I've got some that's 25 or 30 years old. The original, I think, has the Niji Orientals in it. Then they stopped using that when it became unobtainium. And now I believe in the latest rendition, it has Uniji back in it again. But I'm still smoking my old stuff. I have over a pound that I've kept for years. And to me, there's nothing like it. It's got an Oriental forward flavor that's just amazing.
I hear Mike smokes his by just putting a plastic tube in the bottom of that 8-ounce tin and smoking it like a hookah.
Don't give me any ideas. It's actually, now that I think of it, it's a 14-ounce can. So I'll have to send Oliver some.
So we have someone left or not? What about John?
Well, I haven't gone yet, so I'll jump in there.
Okay.
So I was thinking, first of all, let me tell a little story. Bud inspired me about this little story about my dad. My dad also left me a little box, with some leaf in it, but it was a different kind of leaf. So Pop had, my family had actually lived in Iran prior to the revolution there. And he traveled around Iran and, the Black Sea area and everything, and had I guess, an easy time to obtain some of this. And this was like 1976. Pop passed away in 88. And so it had been sitting in this little box for 12 years already. And when I opened it up, it's in this very lovely little paper kind of box that has Persian painting on the top of it. So it's, reminiscent of my dad and back in the day. And so I opened it up and, not much of a smell came out. And I decided I was going to I just had to, my dad. And there was nothing left in that leaf. There was just like nothing. But it was the nostalgia, I think, of it. That was.
You have to smoke that out of a cob or a meerschaum because that stuff goes pretty bad, I hear.
Yeah, it was nothing to actually write home about at all. All right, so in the subject of my dream tobacco, I would also transport myself back to the time when L.J. Peretti was still blending tobacco, or maybe an early, Peterson or something, and go through the whole process of having them blend me my own tobacco, my own blend, and go through the whole tasting of it, coming back and forth until it was just right. I've never had anything like that, and I come across the commercially made blends and I'm like, oh, this, like the Beast, for example. I just love that blend. It's very tasty. So if someone made me like my own version, I could come up with those tastes, that'd be my dream.
You can still do that, DDR. I don't know I'm sure you know who Kaz Walters is from Smoking Pipes, but he goes to LJ Peretti. He's like their rep. And they'll make you a custom blend, but you have to do it, I think, in at least a pound. But if you have ideas of what you want, they'll make it for you and they'll write the recipe down, and then you just have to order a pound of it.
I gotta do it. I guess yeah. But I was thinking, or maybe, Russ Ouellette, he's still alive. He could do something like that. One of those guys with just that magical nose to put that together.
Mike,
did Russell Ouellette pass?
No, he's still here.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mike, that's a great suggestion. Peretti's will do that for you. They have this big old leather-bound book that's, the pages are all yellow and tattered and whatever and worn away. And in that book, they have all the recipes from all the custom blends they've done for people over the years. So, yeah, they will definitely do that for you.
Yeah, and you're right, it's a pound at a time. I thought about if we want to put anybody that likes a particular blend they have already and wants it customized, maybe we could split the cost. Yes. If it takes several pounds to get to where you want to be.
I mean, if it was made to your particular chemistry and it just was the right taste, a pound would be like, of course, you want to have that around for a good long time. Well, we still got some time left. Before we got don't run off, and that means you guys too over there on Facebook and YouTube who are hanging out with us. We've got some more to talk about. I've got another thought here. I think we might have run through the room with dream tobaccos and dream pipes. And I have one more Father's Day dream that I'm curious about. But before we do that, I want to talk about some of at least one of our upcoming guest speakers. I've been teasing this out for the last few weeks, and I want to talk about it now because it's at that point where we need to start getting ready. So one of the favorite guests that we've had on the show has been Shane Ireland from SmokingPipes.com. Shane's just a fabulous guy, a sweet guy, and somebody that I respect a lot with his palate. He is one of those guys who talks about all these flavors that are like, where the hell did you get the, butternut squash behind the, the pork chop or whatever. So I asked him if he'd come on and do a tasting tutorial. Now, some of you may have done this before with wine. Like I've been to some wine tastings and they talk about here's how you smell it and this is the taste you're looking for. In this vintage, you'll find these things. And they sort of lead you down to how they come up with those flavors. So Shane and I talked about it. He's going to come on in about a month's time. So right around the middle of July, he'll be here around the 15th. What he asked me, so he's got an idea for some basic tobacco flavors, Burleys, Virginias, Perique, and Latakia. But there's a problem because Latakia and Perique are scarcer than hen's teeth these days. So it's a bit of a challenge, but I have managed to get a couple of sources together. Rob's going to help me out. And also I happen to get some from a company called Leaf Only who sells pure, whole leaf mixing tobacco. So we've got them. And if you can't get some of these to taste, I will ship them to you. I'll send you a few ounces so that you guys can participate in the party. And so that's coming up. And I'm going to talk to Shane this week, obviously, and we'll get all the details because it's time. And we'll put it on the Facebook group, and you'll know exactly what to get. And this could be really a lot of fun because then you guys will say, "I have no idea where you're getting that. I just taste a racquetball. That's all I taste." So we'll have some fun with that, and that's coming up in about a month. We still are working on a number of other guest speakers here. We've got Kathy from A Cup of Joe's, who has already said yes, but we've got to nail down a date for her. We've got some people from Seattle Pipe Club coming up, but we have to nail down some dates. So some good people, and a virtual tour to E1 Reese. So
yes,
that's coming up.
Yes.
So that'll be cool.
Didier, I have a suggestion.
Yes, please do.
I thought of sharing it with all of us here. How about calling some doctor who can shatter many of the myths going around about this pipe smoking, and can actually tell us how good or how it's not all that bad, something on those lines. If we can have some kind of some such guest who can come and tell us about break all those myths. Is it possible?
Yes, that's a great idea. We'll take up a collection for the bribe. To get him to come on and
there was a doctor who spoke at a meeting, and this is in Pipedia. If you want to look it up, I might put it in the chat, the link to that. And he spoke to a meeting of the Seattle Pipe Club, and the notes are in Pipedia. And maybe if that guy is around, someone could contact him and see if he'd be willing to do this.
I love the idea. I really do. That's it. And then bring your wives to that meeting. Super duper. Well, we got about 15 minutes left, so I have one more.
I was
idea.
going to say on that topic, just in terms of wives. So in the midst of screwing around with this stupid thing, when I got I've been up north at my cabin for about 6 weeks. And so when they're running my vitals, when I'm in urgent care, my blood pressure was at 120/83, and I had lost several pounds. Now, a lot of it was smoking my pipe every night, relaxing on the stream, everything else, but that relaxation piece of it, all those vitals had come down tremendously, which is huge. My wife's like, "You're living your best pipe life," and she's perfectly okay with it.
That's excellent. Can we get you to write a little article about that for our pipe, a blog post
I'll see what I can do.
for the Facebook page? Perfect. All right, so here's the question, and we can make it a short one. So I am actually, I've been commissioned to lead a tour next year to Sweden. And now Sweden's not a huge pipe country, but it's a decent pipe country. But it happens to be quite geographically close to another country, which is a huge pipe country, and that's Denmark. So there might be an opportunity for me to do more tours. And I was thinking, man, we should just figure out where we want to go for pipe pilgrimages. So if you had a dream place to go for a pipe pilgrimage, you know, Denmark or wherever else, to go visit some carvers, to see some pipe shops, to go visit some factories, where would you go? Where would you say we should go? And again, Oliver, if you can lead that off, that'd be awesome.
Denmark, maybe McBaron would be great, I would say. A nice meeting with Per Jensen. Why not? In his country. That would be nice, I would say.
I mean, that's the nature of tours, right? So we have the opportunity to arrange personal tours from the factories and get a chance to maybe have lunch with somebody like Per or whoever else, take Tom out to and treat him to a nice big banquet, Yeah. So
and by the way, Denmark is not far away from Germany, so maybe you can grab some nice tobacco.
All right. Where else? Where else, guys?
Italy.
Italy, yeah.
Italy. Savinelli factory.
Stockholm and St. Claude.
Yeah.
And how about the Costello? How about the Costello factory?
They're right near each other, aren't they? Savinelli and Costello?
I would think they should be in the neighborhood. And even go visit the guys over at Radice.
Yeah, well, I'd love to go to the Peterson factory. My surname is Whelan, which is of Irish origin, and my father's name was Tony. So Tony Whelan, who of course has got a great heritage with Peterson as their factory manager, and of course Glenn is still there as well. That's one I was definitely on the bucket list.
Wow.
Let's make Peterson's happen. Dublin, let's go. Who's in?
Now, that one,
What about the Country Squire?
Well, we could definitely do a U.S. tour. We could do we'll get a bus. we'll get the band together. Jürgen, you'll have to come, and we'll just we'll do concerts in every special pipe town.
Yeah. If we're gonna do Dublin, why can't we just do Peterson and then go to Guinness?
Hell yeah.
That is also a good idea.
Oh, yes.
And if we go to Guinness, we should go to Jameson as well.
Are we dreaming?
No, so you guys talk about bucket lists all the time, right? So we can make it happen. We can make it happen. I got the hookup for us. We just have to figure out where we want to go, and we'll pitch it to them.
Jameson sounds good.
So we go to Ireland and Scotland, and visit. We'll visit with Phil. We'll go hang out. We'll go to Peterson and Jameson and Guinness. I like that idea.
I think it'd be cool to go see how they make Latakia in the Middle East.
Cyprus,
yeah.
Dimitri, where should we go? Should we go to Cyprus?
Why not?
Any danger over there?
Also, it'd be cool to go to the St. James Parish.
Ah, yes, good one.
Yeah, talk to Mark,
Turkey.
he probably can arrange it for us.
Oh, absolutely. We could go to Country Squire in Jackson. We can go to Missouri Meerschaum. We could go to St. James Parish. Yeah, I'm seeing a full tour. We go up to North Carolina and see some of the Virginia fields, and
Let's just spend the rest of our lives going on tour. All these different places. I think that'd be amazing.
Dingus over on Dingus McSwain the second over there on YouTube says Turkey for the Meerschaum.
Exactly, Turkey, yeah.
Let's go see how they mine that out and then how they make it.
We could all go diving for the Meerschaum.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is about these tours is that there's plenty of time for other activities. So there's, sampling the local cuisine. There's visiting the whatever factories you want to visit, also museums, all that kind of stuff. So,
so many places, so little time, even less money.
I know, right? Right. So it's like save your pennies kind of thing there. We'll have to pool our resources for tobacco to save for the tour.
This is all on DDR's dime, right?
That's what my wife said, right? So
I thought a membership fee covered all this.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait, we have a membership fee? Holy cow. Well, these sound good. Well, like any other ideas about places that we could go?
Well, in terms of tobacco, Germany is a good place. Denmark isn't that good anymore because I had all of the Altank basics and I have taken a look on the tobacco prices in Denmark. They doubled the prices in the last year. So I don't think that is not worth it. So in Germany, you find a lot of good old shops. You can go to Lauenburg. They have a shop in the factory. There's a fantastic place and they will make tours through the production. So you can see how they make the good stuff. And there are a lot of traditional shops, Huber in Munich, for example, or Peter Heinrichs. He has two shops, one in Cologne and one outside of Cologne. So that will a great place. And Magne Falcum in Miltenberg is a good one. So there are a lot of shops and a lot of tobacco. So you can.
We could go to
beer too.
Yeah, I was going to say we could go to München in September, and hit Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Well, not this year because they have canceled it because of the Corona thing. But next year it will be possible.
Okay, so 2022.
And we could visit the HU factory too.
There we go.
HU hasn't a factory. HU is a one-man company run by Hans Wiedemann, and the tobacco were produced by Kohlhaas and Kopp. That would be also great if we can make a tour on that. And it's made by DTM. So if you're in Lauenburg, you also see the production of most of the HU flakes and the special blends.
Get your Lederhosen's ready for 2022.
I think so. Listen, guys, you do not want to see me in Lederhosen. That's just not a good look for anybody.
Welcome in my house, so you can stop by and we can make a tour together.
Yeah. Oh, well, this sounds great. This sounds great. So we've got Germany, we've got Italy, we've got France. Dingus over there on YouTube asked about what about South America to go see some cigars being made. So that's an idea.
Well, that's actually pretty easy to arrange, and some cigar makers actually do tours of their factories and the fields. Rocky Patel does tours in Nicaragua. He also has production in Honduras. There are quite few who do it in Dominican Republic, so that's actually not that difficult at all.
Unfortunately, it's a pipe club.
We can do anything we want. Yeah.
There might be some of that in Tampa even. There used to be.
That'll be on the Southern Bus Tour.
Actually, in Tampa, in Ybor City, they just recently finished the restoration of El Reloj, that old Fuente J.C. Newman factory with a clock tower. So it's a beautiful place, and they have another nice new place in Tampa, Cathedral of Cigars, old church. They converted into a cigar lounge.
Ybor City is cool.
Yeah, and the excellent food. Colombia, it's amazing restaurant on Sétima Avenida.
And I believe Rocky Patel also conducts some parties on his yacht every year.
Yep.
I
By
mean,
the
that
way,
I've seen, but I don't know, because of Corona, probably I think it has not been happening. But he used to do that quite at least twice or thrice a year.
Yeah,
Where he should distribute free cigars to all those invitees.
Yeah, I know Rakesh personally. He's a very nice guy, and his brother Nish, they are amazing people, and the cousin Nimish, really nice family, very nice people, love to party, and you can hear a lot of interesting stories from them.
These are amazingly good ideas. Okay, I've made some notes. We'll see what we can pitch and see what we can come up with. I think that'd be great. A tobacco tour of the, or something, a pipe aficionado tour to France, Italy, and Germany, and then of course on the bus to St. James Parish.
About an ocean cruise and invite all representatives from all these companies to come out on the cruise with us.
And hold them hostage until we get all their tobacco.
Yeah.
just real quickly, I had a chance to check out the podcast of the Pipes Magazine, Brian Levine's show, and when Jim Amish, for Jim Ink's reviewer, was on there, I am stoked about having him on. So I'd be interested if there's any progress on getting him soon.
I've already reached out to him through Facebook, so I'm hoping to hear back.
Yeah, if you get a chance, listen to those two. It's a two-parter, and it's worth the listen.
He's an interesting guy.
Kent, can you possibly post the link on our Facebook page?
I will do that.
Awesome. Thank you. Well,
PDR.
Yes.
PDR.
Yes.
Can I have 2 minutes before you switch the light off?
Yeah, absolutely. The floor is yours, my friend.
Okay, perfect. I have a little announcement, and it's a bad one, and but I guess I have to say something. One of our pipe smoker in the community passed away last Monday after his 30th birthday.
Oh my God.
And the name is Ivan Ray, and everybody knows Silver Gray, and he was his son. So it's a very bad story. And maybe we can have 30 seconds or a minute of silence because he was a pipe smoker like we are, and Silver Gray is a member. So let's have a couple seconds of silence and think about it.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but
no, that, thank you.
No.
Thank you, Oliver. Let's do that. And I'm going to invite all those people out there watching us on the live stream to just whatever your spiritual beliefs are, let's send some thoughts out there. A moment of silence. I know our hearts go out to Silver and her family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible news.
So
Horrible news.
as I was just sitting there thinking, I know that when I lived in Hawaii, when a family member or a surfer would pass, we would paddle out and throw leis into the surf, and there's a lot of tradition in British military about having a toast and pouring the glass out for the departed, and maybe a little of your favorite tobacco to sprinkle into the wind. What do you think?
Great idea.
Let's rub it.
Yes. All right. Let's just do it.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody for being here today. Once again, for all the dads and the granddads and the great-granddads, happy Father's Day tomorrow. For all those who might become a father in the coming year, happy Father's Day tomorrow. And thank you so much, everybody, for sharing your thoughts and your pipe dreams with everybody today. And that goes for you guys over there on Facebook and YouTube, of course, goes without saying. This is my favorite time of the month and the week. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me. It seems like we're getting back to normal, doesn't it? The world is slowly turning back to normal. Yeah. Thank you guys for taking care of yourselves. Stay awake, stay alert. Don't take unnecessary risks, but I'm glad that we're all still here. I look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Be careful, stay well.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
Be well.
Take care, guys.
Good to see everyone.
Good to see you.
everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
Nice to see you all. Nice to see you all.
Nice
Sweet smokes. Sweet smokes.
DDR, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for the company. Great to be with you tonight. Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care, my friends.